In this tutorial, we're going to look at how to create a Google form. The first thing we're going to do is go to our Google Docs, and you may have documents here or you may have Drive. When I come to create, I go down to form. And let's just take a quick look at the Google form. At the top we have our Add Item button that we'll use in a few minutes. Then we have themes. Themes are just decoration to add to your form. So we'll look at those at the end of the video. And then we have buttons here on the right, email this form, which allows me to just send it as an email rather than posting it on a website or sending a link. This will take me to see the responses to my form once I start receiving responses. Then more actions, which we'll look at the end, and then the save button. Here you have the option to allow users to edit responses. In most cases you probably don't want or need that feature. The next checkbox is require Azusa Pacific University sign-in to fill this form. If the respondents are all within APU and you want to make sure only APU people can fill out your form, you want to check this box. If you are sending this form to non-APU people, then you want to make sure that it's turned off. Otherwise, they will not be able to access your form because they don't have an APU logon. The next checkbox, automatically collect respondents' Azusa Pacific University username, allows you to gather the username. Again, if this is going to non-APU people, you want to make sure this is turned off. They will not be able to collect information because they do not have an APU email address. Next, you want to title your form. You want to give it a good title. And this one's going to be called the I'm going to call this the Ice Cream Survey. This box allows you to give additional information about your form and the purpose of your form. Now, by default, Google gives us two sample questions. You see your question title, which is the question you're asking or the thing that you're wanting to gather from them. Then you see help text, question type. There are several different types of questions, and we're going to go through each one of those. Then we have here, kind of what the answer is going to look like, and whether or not to make this a required question. If you want to force them to be sure and give you an answer, you check this box. So our first question is going to be name. That should be pretty straightforward, but you could type help text here. Then we want it to be a text field, so we'll leave it at that. And then we're going to make it required and hit done. You'll notice there's a little red star next to name that tells you it's a required question. Now, for sample question 2, when we put our mouse over it, we'll notice that it highlights, and when we move to the right, we see a pencil, which is our edit button, duplicate, and delete. So we're going to edit this question. Now, because this is more detailed information, we're going to make this paragraph text. You'll notice that the box is larger, and in this situation we're not going to make this one a required question because we may not want them to have to fill out this. Then we hit done. Now we come here to add item, and we'll go down to the next one, which is multiple choice. For this multiple choice, we're going to ask a very yes/no question. And you could put help text here, multiple choice. Notice that there is a checkbox that says go to page based on answer. We'll look at that in a second video, how you can almost have a decision tree and take your respondents to different pages or almost different looking surveys based on how they answer the multiple choice question. With multiple choice, there's only one answer they can select. Here it's either yes or no, but we do have the option to add other, and that gives them the option to select other and enter a response. We're going to make that one required and hit done. Next, we're going to do a checkbox. Checkboxes are used when you want to give them the option for multiple choices. They can pick more than one right answer. Now, one of the things to keep in mind when you create your answers is what order do you want the answers to appear in. If you wanted these to be listed in alphabetical order, you want to put them in alphabetical order at the beginning. Google at this time does not give us a way to reorganize things. So for example, if I wanted these in alphabetical order, now I would have to basically highlight vanilla, use Control X or Command X on the Mac to cut, and then Control V or Command V to paste. And then I would do the same thing here to put chocolate first, and then put, Chunky Monkey would be next. I would switch strawberry. Quick way to do that is I'd cut strawberry, paste it down here, and then I can come to the X and remove it. So at this time you have to manually order these. You can't, once they're created, you can't move these around. Again, with checkboxes you have the option to add other, so you could add that one as well. You want to make this one required because we want to know what type of ice cream that people want to have at the ice cream party. Then I hit done. Next, we're going to add choose from list. With choose from list, again, you put in the question. Once again, you have to order them the way you want them to be seen in the list. So if you're going to put them in alphabetical order, you would do it at the beginning. And then when you hit done, you'll see here now that there's the drop down. Next is a scale. The scale is helpful when you're rating something. For example, so here we put in the help text: 1, hate it; 5, love it. Then down here for our labels, we would put hate it for 1, love it for 5. And you can change your scale. You have options here as well, depending on how much information you want and how much variance. We definitely want to know how they feel about that. And then we'll add done, and we see our scale here. And then the last option is grid. Grid allows you to rate multiple items. So for example, we're going to have everyone rate how much they like the different ice cream flavors that we have on our list. So here on row label 1 is going to be our chocolate. Once you have them in, then you hit done. Now you may want to consider not giving them the option of other on your checkboxes, because there's no way to really rate that other than doing what I've done here. Put in other if you've chosen one. Hit done, and that's how it will look. So that is now adding all of these major items of your sheet. You notice at the bottom of the screen there's a link here to say you can view your published form here. But before that we do that, let's go ahead and let's add a theme. So to click on the theme button will take you to a lot of different themes. There's 97 of them. And you can scroll through and kind of get an idea of what one you would like and what would be appropriate. Remember your audience. What is the purpose of this? Because this is something kind of fun, we could choose a fun one. But again, keep in mind who your audience is, what is appropriate for that audience. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick this Christmassy one, and then it shows you what your form is going to look like. I then come up and I hit the apply. Now when I look at it here, I do not see it. I will never see my theme here. I will only see it when I click here to view the published form. Or this is the link that you want to send to people. So you can right mouse button click on it and copy the link address. Or if it's easier, you can click on it. You see it here. Click, do a Control-C or a Command-C depending on whether you're Windows or Mac, and then you can paste it into an email. You come here and say email the form, and you would send it, you'd put in the address or addresses of the people that you want to send the form to. It will show who it's from, the creator, and the subject will be the name of the ice cream sandwich. If you choose to include the form in the email, your theme does not show up there. But they can fill out the form, hit submit, and it will go into your spreadsheet. So that's a choice you have to make whether or not you want them to see it. The other option is to, again, to copy this link address and paste it into an email. There's a video that shows how to do that and have it mask where they see click here to fill out this form. So if you have any questions or comments, please email training@apu.edu. There will be a second video that shows you what to do with the information you've gathered in your form. Thank you very much.